Okay, we're back with another Age of Mythology Retold point of view game. Today we're watching one that I realized we haven't seen as a point of view series, which is Noir. We're watching Noir 9 Racing Cat. It's a very strong player, plays in all of the tournaments. He's a like top 50 kind of player, and he's playing against Divine, who we have actually we've watched a Hades game from Divine before, and this is definitely his patch. He is a sit back and boom kind of player. He likes his buildings, he likes his sentinels, he likes to spam those sentinels up on buildings. So we're going to see what 9 Racing Cat can do against this guy. And yeah, I think 9 Racing Cat, he also has 2 accounts in the top 50. So you know that he's very, very strong. Finding villages are cheaper in the far corner, which can be very, very nice, especially for those Quafus. I think I wasn't really paying attention. We saw him build the house, which is quite surprising. Normally, or at least when Noir was first out, what we kind of saw was the house. You can put it, don't think I can pretend to build a house. Yes, you kind of put it here, so you get a little bit more, you get a tiny bit of favor, less favor than you get for a full house, but you kind of put it here rather than here, so it builds itself, because that's Noir's kind of special bonus. So you would build one here, you would build one here, and then you would task the Quafu back onto the tree, and you get the favor of those 2 houses, never having to actually build them. But we just instead see that 9 Racing Cat doesn't want 2 houses to do the favor, he just wants the one, and he wants to build it with his Quafu. It doesn't take very long. I mean, these are like the tiny little differences that really make no difference later on, but I'm all about this early game eco, early game min-maxing into fucking it up later. That's my game plan. Quafu coming here, is he building his temple really early? Is that what's going on? Yes, he's building a temple. Oh, he wants it right on the edge. So he really wants this favor in. Also getting his chieftain Quafu, his hero gentleman there, and he wants that one in as soon as possible. I'm just surprised. Is there a reason to put it all the way over there? I mean, max favor, yes. Right, it's a lot of walking time for this Quafu, but nonetheless, that is what 9 Racing Cat goes for. He's closer to the relic, maybe, but he's the Noir player. He knows more than me, and he's also stealing some goats away from Divine. Divine didn't press his little sheep button right here, which you just press right at the start of the game. It's an extra thing to do, but you might as well do it. And we do see Genu coming through, which gives those chilling guys. Very, very strong. Pioneer coming over to this relic. Villagers train faster. Wait, wasn't there a villager relic over here? So villagers are cheaper and villagers train faster. This is like the holy grail of villager relics here. So if you can get 2 relics, was that a villager dying also? Was that what we heard? I'm sure I heard, unless there's a really low HP villager somewhere. I think there was a really low HP villager. It would be a shame to lose one. That would not feel good. But it does happen sometimes. Yeah, does manage to get both these villager relics. Very, very nice. Second town center could possibly be a good shout with both of these relics, just to get full value of them. And then just going for loads and loads of Quafus also. But what Chinese players tend to like to do now is go for lots of myth units instead, and clay peasants coming down for that extra economy, nice and quick. You get more per age, so if you want to get as much value as you possibly can early, then now is the best time to do it, because you get 4 rather than the 2 that you would get if you used it right at the start of the archaic age. And you don't really need it unless you want a super fast advance time, which doesn't really net you too much. But Hero Chieftain on his lonesome, on his Larry, getting a 60-second settlement. Divine went up very, very quickly, very, very slowly, sorry. I think this is part of knowing your opponent. If you're against a Hades that puts on a lot of aggression, he wants to get his Ajax out, he wants to get his Achilles out, then I think this is a mistake. But this just shows that 9 Racing Cat knows who's he's against. I assume this town center that's over here in the black is probably being grabbed, and that means that the Chillin's just going to try and get as much value as he possibly can, distracting some villagers, and just getting rid of any chance of aggression on this settlement, so we'll be able to get it really, really easy. I think this is a problem with playing the same way every game, is if you know that your opponent's not going to do anything, then you can just get this for free, and you have no right to get this town center for free with one villager. Absolutely zero right. It's the same as if you play against somebody that always does early aggression. You can always stop it, or most of the time stop it. It kind of depends how how OP it is. You know, if it's a Chronos Rush versus Odin or something, it's very, very difficult to deal with. But Ajax is in to defend against these villagers here, but the more Chillin can come through and absolutely burn these guys. Chillin versus Minotaur, I assume Minotaur wins that every day of the week. Does need to bring this one back. I think he's going to lose this guy. Not paying attention. That is a shame. Because these boys do heal back up. You don't want to lose an early Chillin. Gnome Racer Cat, he is going for his Dow Swordsman is the choice out of his military camp. I'm going to bring these back. What does this TC provide? I mean, it doesn't provide anything, to be honest. I mean, it's... You somewhat get this gold mine. I think, yeah, military camp here. It gives you a nice favor base. Maybe this is just being a new WoW player and knowing that you can build your next one here and you can link up the favor and everything will be a very nice day to get loads and loads of favor as China. I assume that's the play. Again, this is like a Noir main kind of situation. I know Gnome Racer Cat likes his Noir. Trying to put a bit of pressure on over here. Doesn't save that special, which is interesting. It's not one of the ones you usually see the special saved for, but it's just, you know, just feels bad to just use that special on something that's not really going to take the damage. Whereas if you get the special off on the villagers, it's going to be huge. But it does manage to push all those villagers back very, very nicely. So nice bit of pressure. Definitely getting the value out of these units. Even if he didn't manage to take any villagers out, it's still nice. Just going to have a little look around, see what's happening back here. I mean, he knows that this town center's been grabbed. I think everybody knows that this one's been grabbed. I mean, I guess it's better than this town center, if we're talking town centers. This is Steppe. The map's, you know, terrible for town centers. And Gnome Racer Cat goes, oh, I'm just going to build another town center. What are you gonna do about it? I mean, Divine's not going to know that this one's being built unless he gets a Pegasus out. Just because it's so far in the corner, you know. That's a nice hunt that he can deny here. I don't think Divine has built a single unit outside of his heroes and free Minotaur. Which is, you know, just trying to get max value out of free stuff, basically. Nice snipe on that one, limiting the amount of damage you can get from those free units. And I assume we're going to see Heroic Cage come through. Does have a safety building just in case. Can hit N here to then also get the training yard up if he really wants to. But we're going to see 3 TC, third age, potentially through Gomang. I believe that is that's the boy that you want to go through. It is Gomang. It's the forest protection lad. He's the one. He's the full defense man. Armory up. I really do like how Gnome Racer Cat here is going for all of his buildings to just get max favor. It means that it's not very well defended. Everything you can just run through with some units. But in terms of just pure favor, is he? Oh, I thought he was going for this town center. I was like, 4 town center fast heroic is bold. But no, military camp coming up. Or maybe he's going to try and build a ballet here. Obviously in 45 seconds, whatever it is, 60 seconds. It's, yeah. I think this is all because you know who you're playing. Purely. Like, he hasn't really scouted what Divine's been doing in the last 2 minutes, maybe, which could actually... What Divine could have done here is gone loads of barracks, sat on the back, got pure hoplites Minotaurs, and actually pushed this town center down. And then Gnome Racer Cat would be in a bit of trouble, but because he knows that isn't what Divine does, he can just get full map pressure, and that is scary. That is really, really scary. And he's actually going through Rusho here, and I assume that's because he knows he wants Dao Swordsman, and Rusho is the guy that gives you the really good Dao Swordsman upgrades. So you can get your divine damage, you can get your extra pierce armor, which is very, very strong against the Hades. So actually take it back, that is definitely the better play. And not even go, just look at this line of favor. Not getting this one up. It'd be nice to see a little house situation here, but I'm sure that'll be coming soon. Still 105 favor in the bank. Can get as many Baihu's out as he wants to. These guys are so strong. Yeah. Like, absolutely like inch perfect on some of these. Just spreading out as much as he can. Can even just get some buildings around here. And do whatever he wants. Getting all the favor in. Getting one of the monk boys. What are the monk boys called? Sages. Yes, the sage to deal with the Nemean lion. You can steal that for a second, then stun his opponent. It's insane. Sage value. I think you might go for this town center, you know. Divine Judgment. That's the divine damage. What's the Hades doing? I really want a way to turn this off. It'd be really nice. We can see what he's doing. He is getting some units, but it'd be really nice to turn that one off. This upgrade is just so sick. Look at it. Yeah, even gets a little bonus damage versus Smith units. Obviously, if you have a couple, it doesn't really do anything, but 11 slice and 1.25 damage against some myth units, very, very nice. It means you don't need as many heroes. The one Sage and just a couple of Pioneers will probably do it, even if your opponent's going for like a lot of myth units. Four barracks, Machine Workshop, got his Imperial Academy, and just getting all the buildings in. Baihu specials, oof! And then just run away. Sage needs to come through for that Nemean Lion. I think even if he uses the special, when you steal him with the Sage, he can special again. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So these Dao Swordsmen did get a little bit lost, but should be able to win this fight anyway. Does manage to do it beforehand anyway. Nice bit of Fey Beast action on the back. Vanishes, just Vanish work on the Fey Beast as well. That is absolutely brutal. He needs to make sure to not attack with these guys and just use the poison spread. Nice bit of restoration though. Basically every god power being dropped under the sun. The Baihu's waiting for his special underneath the Fey Beast, underneath the Vanish even. Absolutely love that play. Sage does also manage to take down the opposing Nemean Lion. And it's all come down to this one fight, pretty much. And the chilling, look at him. He's sitting there. He's sitting there invis, so he can heal everybody up. It means he didn't get his damage done. He does a lot of damage. 12-pack damage. Pretty similar to a Dao Swordsman. This is what happens, though, when you have, like, these one-trick guys. You can see just the tiny little things that they do, which, I mean, you just wouldn't know. Vanish Fey Beasts. That's good. Chillin' staying invis. The Baihu even waiting for his special. I absolutely love it. I mean, how many... So many buildings. 7 barracks coming up. He doesn't have a... ballet, which is really interesting. Just doesn't need it for the defense, just because he's got these pure amount... You know, he's got so many units that he wants to put the pressure on with. Got his 3rd town center ages ago, so basically almost full pop on the villagers. This is a really easy gold mine to defend if he wants to put a wall here. Wall here. Could be fine. Also going for this one. Yeah, the gold mines spawn quite often around the edge. You get gold mines around the edge, gold mines in the middle. And here comes the ballet up right next to the town center. Will that circle also get here? So it will link all of this. I think that's the one thing I think he just missed slightly for that extra bit of favor. Pegasus, he's having a look. He's having a gander. Fire archers. Don't have ballistic, so this guy will run away. I also want to see how many Quafus he actually managed to get. Does this link this? No. I don't think he's built any. It's kind of just the new meta since the yeah, I think that's it. Since the 18-second villager time, it just seems like this is what everyone's just decided to do. Just because Quafus take so long to build. The siege weapons, that was a nice attack there, managing to cut off the favor generation of all of this group. This is the big issue of building like this, is there's only one building that connects all the other buildings, basically. The Baihu raid is going to be brutal, though. In the come. Is there anything on this wood line? They can tank these for days. They should be fine. Decides to opt out of it. I assume this is the gold mine that's being... Oh, that was the home gold mine. Maybe there's one back here. We haven't spied it yet, so we can't see. Oh, the poor wolf's going to win this fight. As a second one, his friend's coming over. Maybe the villager will win this one, but then the second wolf... Oh, it's going to be close. Oh, that feels bad. Got to bring a Kwafu over, I guess. Now Divine's coming. Going to take everything down. It's a scary, scary Greek army. Is that all the raiding party as well? Yeah, so it's got 5 Baihus. If you can stagger their jumps, you can just do so much CC. Similar to how you can stagger the Nemean Lion specials if you just kind of wait with one, or you can manually cast them. Do whatever you want. If you want to keep them auto-cast, you can just keep one back and then kind of bring them in one by one. It's also an option. Still a bit of micro that you need to do. But Baihu should be able to do a similar job, you would like to think. Just letting Divine go for all of his buildings there. Just sacks them. This side, White Horse Cavalry coming through. So much eco. I assume Mythic Age is probably the choice. What are the newer choices for Mythic Age? So we've got Gong Gong. We've got Zhurong. I mean, they're both good choices. Depends what you really want to go for. I think the Phoenixes are so strong. They're just ridiculous. We're going to see the big specials from the Tigers in the come. Nice pullback from Divine there. That's managed to keep all of his villagers alive, or the vast majority of them anyway. Has got to be worried about those Hippaspis that we just saw here. There is a kind of even amount of Hippaspis and hoplites there, so the divine damage Dao Swordsman should be fine, especially underneath this Baolei. That's what Nine Racer Cat's waiting for. He has more than enough resources to go to the Mythic Age. Surprised he's not really going for it. Does leave a couple of his White Tigers in. Needs to run those away. They're pretty tanky. Should be fine. Oh, it's absolutely massive specials. Trying to get in here. Fortress trying to come through also. Doesn't have enough to use any more God Powers. Restoration does come down, plus the Zom. We knew this was coming way earlier. And can the Hades defend this? This is quite difficult to come into this position. There's just so many arrows coming around. Petropolis do go down to the Baihu very, very nicely. This guy needs to get in, get his aura around, but there's no myth unit, so he's absolutely fine. I think Nine Racer Cat is winning this, even underneath every single arrow that's being fired from around here. As Sage getting a bit of damage done. I take it he steals the Hades Shades, because these are myth units, right? So he can steal the Hades Shade for a second and stun it. And that's going to send Divine back. Even no myth units. We do see Gong Gong actually is halfway done there. So while attacking, because he got that third town center, normally you don't want to attack when you're going through Mythic Age, but he's had this third town center for so long, and he knows that Divine never had that third town center because he was there. Maybe he's got it now, but he didn't have it before. So he knows that he's in a economically much better position. Bringing these bad boys back to lifesteal up from the chillin'. Just go full pop, full send. What he can do with his wave is bring all the units into him, and then all of these divine damage guys and slice them up and be absolutely fine. Siege crossbows will eventually take this out, but the Petropolis does do decent against it. Nice bit of micro just to bring that back. He's going to have to micro after every shot, though. The Petropolis, because he deals like, not AoE damage, but has more than one rock, he can do so much damage. The Chillin should be able to heal these guys back up, though, right? Yeah, they do count in it. It isn't just normal military units. Is siege units also. Gong Gong in. And now this is when he can send. What Divine needs to do is he needs to sit his units next to the fortress so he can garrison in when that wave comes. But it looks like he is sitting next to this fortress very, very nicely. He knows the counter. The wave is going way back, and villagers microing in in, but not going to get everything. And all of these guys are just going to get mowed down. Restoration number 1700 coming in. But the Hippaspis will do a decent amount of damage also. These Chillin, very, very nice. Qing Long, AoE damage, absolutely massive. And it looks like an even fight, to be honest. I don't have a clue who's winning this. There's yellow and purple absolutely everywhere. Qing Long needs to get another special up. And I think Divine's doing pretty well, to be honest. Looks like there's more purple units than yellow units. Siege weapons coming in. Heavy Tiger Cavalry, though. They are basically 2 units in one. Baihu coming in. Chiron trying to go for that Qing Long. Does manage to get it. And I think that was pretty even. After all that, that was pretty even. But no, I'm Racing Cat, the guy we're watching. He is in the Mythic Age, so he has his champion Down Swordsman. He can get all his upgrades in. And yeah, he's stealing Hades Shades. Needs to bring him back. He's quite expensive, isn't he? You know, 250 resources. Yeah, Qing Long. So he needs to just get more of these lads out. They're so, so strong. So even getting the Pixu trade units, which we will have a look at in a minute after this fight, but actually, no, Racing Cat does just win that one. I assume just down the town center, down the tech. He was holding pretty nicely, but yeah, once the champion units come in, all these myth units, very hard to deal with. We do see, where was it? These guys, pretty quick. Nice myth units there. Yeah, I think this was a case of you know who you're playing, and Nine Racing Cat just pulls it out the bag very nicely.